All right, welcome into Side Session Show. We got a new setup here at the Blue Moon Brew Hall, the new Blue Moon Brew Hall. It's beautiful here, Steven Strom. Louis Durante will translate a little bit, but Agustín Ramírez, our main guest, Jack McMullen as well. How you doing, Agustín? Everything good?
Everything good. Thank you, guys. Good. Thank you for the opportunity.
How do you like the setup here? It's a nice setup.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's very nice.
Do you want this orange? Louis got an orange too. It's not a real orange.
Just throw it at the camera.
Okay. So we'll get into the baseball, but we want to get to know Agustín, the person. We want to know about your childhood in Dominican Republic. How would you describe to us what it was like growing up?
Nada, un niño que nació en Dominicana. Lo que nos enseñan allá, ¿sabes? Ese amor por la pelota desde pequeño, jugando en los field y eso. Después entonces pasar profesional, algo increíble.
Yeah, just like any other Dominican kid, right? Just growing up with that love for the game, playing on the field, baseball, that love that you commonly have when you're born in that town, that country, and then just looking forward to get into professional.
Who were your first favorite players, and why were they your favorite players growing up?
¿Sabe? Cuando estaba creciendo, siempre lo he dicho, Albert Pujols era uno de los jugadores que siempre crecí y vi. Y después entonces cuando firmé con los Yankees veía también a Gary Sánchez.
Yes, growing up, I always try to watch Albert Pujols, watching him playing the game. And growing up later, Gary Sanchez, sorry. I said Gavi. I was going to say Gavi. Gary Sanchez.
Good too, yeah.
Gavi's good, but Gary Sanchez.
Agustín, was there a moment where you felt like you could be a professional? Was it a practice? Was it a game where you felt, I can do this at this professional level?
Pero en general, en profesional desde que filmé o
en algún momento,
¿sabes?
En algún momento de tu vida que
sí, desde niño, cuando jugaba, que yo siempre le hacía ese swing a la pelota.
A una edad en específico.
Desde que tenía uso de razón, 9, 10 años, yo sabía que lo podía hacer y lo estoy haciendo, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, since I had knowledge of the game, around 9, 10 years old, when I was able to see how much power I just on the swing, the impact to the ball, I knew I can play this game.
Were you always a bigger kid? Were you always the biggest player on the field, or were you one of those guys that grew when you were 12 or 13 years old, and then all of a sudden you were the strongest kid on the field?
Sí, era un niño así como grande, fuerte, y por eso fue que me dijeron, tú tienes el cuerpo grande, vamos a ponerte a quechar. Y después de ahí, quechar, y como puedo batear, dije, a mí me gustaría ser un catcher que pueda batear.
Yeah, I was always big, little thick guy, that I guess that's why my coaches, they put me behind the plate to catch. But then also I noticed that I can hit the ball very well, so that was one of the things. I want to be a catcher that could hit.
Yeah. Again, we're here at the Blue Moon Brew Hall, the official craft beer of the Miami Marlins. When did you hit your first home run as a kid? How old were you?
I think 4, 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah, ¿cómo dice? Como en los patios en Dominicana, jugando ahí con bola de media, bola de mentira, por así decir.
T-ball.
So, no. We're playing on the backyard. We're playing with the ball that made us sucks. Just hit a home run.
Y uno ponía como una línea, la pasaba de ahí.
Yeah, we used to put like a specific line. Whoever hit it over that's a home run.
That's amazing. And your family, Agustín, what were some of the values that you learned as a kid with your parents or your siblings?
Yo diría que mi abuelo fue que jugó mucha pelota de parte de madre. Y mi abuelo, ¿sabes? No tuvo la oportunidad de ir al profesionalismo, pero sí en una liga que le dicen amateur en Dominicana. Y él era, ¿sabes? Era bien buen bateador en ese nivel.
Yeah, I would say my grandfather, like from my mom's side, he's the one that started playing the game in our family. He never played the game professionally, but he was more in an amateur league, and he was the one that pretty much inculcated, that.
Agustín, how much did you play when you were young? So you mentioned the ball made it like socks, right? So what other ways were you learning how to play the game of baseball? How old were you when you first started playing with a ball made of socks, or just hitting things around the backyard or anything like that?
Es que como que al venir de esa tradición, y yo como que Día de Reyes pedía bate, pelota, y allá como que uno buscaba la forma de cómo jugar. Yo diría que también, ¿sabes? El talento que Dios me dio, eso fue lo que yo puedo decir que tengo, y después de ahí fue lo que seguí aprendiendo al nivel académico, pasar al profesionalismo, y eso es lo que yo diría que pude aprender ¿sabes? Entre ese momento. ¿Sabes? En el momento que uno jugó buscando la manera de jugar como sea el béisbol, ¿tú me entiendes?
Yeah, I guess like you said, it was that moment. That's how I learned how to play the game. And looking for those little moments to play on the streets, but also like waiting for like maybe the Three Kings, time that you can ask for a gift to your parents to get some baseball stuff, and then just keep moving from there, and then looking yourself into the future. You know how to play professional baseball, but yeah, it was pretty much those moments.
I heard a story about you loving Albert Pujols so much when you were first signed by the Yankees. You showed up, and the stance was the exact same to Albert Pujols. When did you change that? Did the Yankees make you change that, or did you say, you know what, something else is more comfortable?
No, o sea, lo que pasa es que estaba bien contento. Llegué al profesional, eso es una alegría, pero entonces cuando filmé, como dije, como Gary era en ese momento, estaba en su momento en los Yankees, y yo era catcher también, como que comencé a verlo, y por eso como que dije, wow, Gary Sánchez, me gusta el swing, cómo batea y ese tipo de cosas.
Pero dice que el primer día te paraste como Pujols.
No, sí, pero en el momento que cambió eso fue como que cuando comencé a hacer par de ajustes y ese tipo de cosas, como los coaches me hablaron, pasé un poquito de ajuste para el bateo, y por eso fue que cambió un poco.
Yeah, but just going to the Yankees at the beginning, seeing Gary Sanchez there, I also want to like mimic a lot of stuff from him, but not as much because he was the main catcher for the Yankees. But with Albert, it changed because the coaches we started making some changes and adjustments. So that's when it kind of changed the batting stance.
Entonces como lo estaba viendo a él también, ellos me dijeron, ¿pues quieres batear como él? Y entonces puse el pie un poquito más para el lado, por eso también fue.
So they told me, you want to hit just like him? That's why I put my foot like a little more to the side, just like him.
Good, yeah.
Yo entiendo todo. En serio. Learning a language is hard. I know it. You talked about doing Duolingo and trying to learn English. What were the other ways? Did you watch TV shows? What were some of the other habits that you picked up learning English?
Con el staff aquí, ¿sabes? El staff, Dori, el staff de educación aquí ha hecho un excelente trabajo conmigo. La misma Rachel diciéndome. Y sí, yo diría que siempre cada vez que veo una serie la veo en inglés. Trato de tener conversaciones con los compañeros, y así es que lo estaba haciendo.
Yeah, I think the staff have done a great job with me here. Dori from the education department in Jupiter, Rachel as well, working always with me. And yeah, like you said, during maybe a series, I watched a series in English. And,
what series? Like Friends? Like what are
yeah, alguna serie así en específica?
En específica, yo estaba viendo a You en estos días que salió.
You.
Así mismo se llama, You.
You seen You?
No.
Oh yeah, Penn Badgley.
Okay, that's your. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like a murder show. Like it's it's legit.
Okay.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
¿Qué show estás viendo? You. No, what do you mean You?
Yeah, You.
Who's
You.
on first?
Yeah, You.
You. That's the series.
This is the name. You.
Augustine, what was the moment like when you got signed as an international free agent by the Yankees? What was that moment? What do you remember from that day?
Súper contento, una satisfacción bien grande, un momento diría que o sea, es como por etapa. Está ese momento que es grandioso, entonces está este momento que llega a Grandes Ligas, ¿sabes? Algo como yo podría describir así, como bien emocionante.
Yeah, an exciting moment, a lot of happiness. It's a milestone in your career, of course, but it's something similar. Like now, I made my debut in the big league, so it's something similar to that moment.
Along that same line, when you were traded to the Marlins and you come over to an organization, you were part of a big trade. What were the emotions going through your head when you were part of that big trade? And it's like, okay, time to make a bunch of new friends and time to have a bunch of new teammates.
Sí, un poquito como inesperado, pues no me lo esperaba realmente, pero al final bien agradecido de Dios, bien agradecido de los Marlins también, porque esta era la oportunidad que yo quería y eso es lo que está pasando en este momento.
Yeah, it was unexpected because I was not expecting the trade. But I'm very grateful for the opportunity, that God has given me, that the Marlins have given me. And to be honest, this was the moment I was waiting for.
When you have a big home run or a big moment in a baseball game, after the game, who do you call? Who's your first call that you like to tell the stories?
Mi madre, mi papá y mi mamá que siempre están ahí, sea lo que sea, como sea, que siempre me vaya o lo que sea, ese mensaje siempre está ahí. Desde que yo llego al locker.
My mom and my dad. It doesn't matter what happened in the game. I always get that message at the end of the day, right there in my locker, once I'm back from the game.
Your daughter's name is Aileen, right? Yeah. How cool was that having your daughter there? She was there for your Major League debut, right?
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Bien emocionante. Como que ella es la que está como en estos momentos me hace como olvidarme un poco de vamos a decir, si me va mal un día, yo llego, ella sabe, como ella me abraza, me espera, eso es un momento bien bonito. Yo diría que ese momento también, compartirlo con ella, es mucho más emocionante.
Yeah, it's special because she truly makes me forget any bad moments, of the game. Every time I go to my house, she's there, she's giving me hugs and I'm giving her kisses. It's just something that I totally forget about the bad moments, and I totally forget what you said there.
Ese momento tan especial, compartirlo con ella.
That special moment, just sharing that moment with her is more special than anything else.
The good news for Agustín Ramírez at this point is there haven't been very many bad moments in the big leagues. You've had a lot of good moments. What's your favorite moment so far in the big leagues?
My first day. First at-bat, first hit, and after...
First hit wasn't that was kind of a cheap hit.
Yeah,
it was a little ground ball.
Yeah, but you know what? I hit 1-7 and he's out. He won on a 5.
I hit 107 and I'm out. Imagine this guy.
You're right.
And
you've had a couple of those.
Yeah, and this first hit is amazing.
What does it feel like? How light is it for you?
Livianito, es como un palillo de diente, ¿no?
Exacto. Como que tú comiste y te estás limpiando los dientes.
You're eating and then you clean your teeth.
Bueno. Steven, Louis, Agustín, and Jack here at the Blue Moon Brew Hall. First 50 fans here over the age of 21, of course, gets a free Blue Moon. We might have to come back in disguise. Yeah,
we're not
seriously.
eligible for that because we got a game to call.
Yeah, I got a couple more left, and we'll let you go, Agustín. Just up to this point, what have been some of the biggest learning lessons up here in the big leagues? I think 20-plus games up here in the bigs.
¿Qué ha sido lo que he aprendido en estos 30 juegos?
Mejor lesión o la enseñanza.
No, en general todos los días es una nueva oportunidad para aprender y terminar fuerte, hacer lo que siempre he dicho, establecerme ya aquí, aprender todo lo que tenga que aprender aquí. Es algo bien especial. Cada juego me da una enseñanza y eso es lo que quiero hacer, aprender cada día.
Yeah, it's just a learning experience every game that you have. I just want to make sure, I finish strong. I want to establish myself and be here in this level. But it's just that each game, you just learn something new.
One more question about baseball and then one question not about baseball. My last baseball question, you were 22 for 24 in stolen bases last year in the minor leagues. You're a big guy, and you're a catcher. I've seen you almost see pitchers fall asleep and stop paying attention to you, and then you go. What is your base stealing mentality?
Sabes que una combinación pitch y catcher, ¿sabes? Yo aprendí de eso, pues yo soy catcher también. El pitcher que crea que porque yo soy catcher no la voy a robar, poderle coger un buen brinco es excelente. Pasa lo mismo conmigo. A veces yo hago un buen tiro, pero le roban el tiempo al pitcher. Esa es la mayor como el mejor punto para poderse robar una base ese, ¿sabes? Cogerle un buen brinco al pitcher.
Yeah, as a catcher, you get to, get that little like sense of when you got to go. I think if the pitchers think that I'm not going to jump on them or have a good jump, I think that's even better for me. So you got to take advantage of that. Even like as a catcher, when you make a good throw, sometimes the runner is safe because it has a good jump. So it's a matter of stealing that and get the good jump.
Last question from me. What's your go-to thing to do in Miami? What's your favorite thing to do in Miami? Do you have one yet?
Yo diría que todo en general, como yo me siento aquí, ¿sabes? Muchas opciones de dónde ir, comida dominicana, cosas dominicanas, sobre todo en general, en verdad.
Yeah, everything around the city is great. There's a lot of options to what to do. Dominican food, Dominican things to do around the city. There's a lot.
Y estoy a 2 horas de mi país en un vuelo.
I'm 2 hours away from my country in a little flight.
¿Te gusta la playa? Do you like the beach?
Yes, pero aquí no, porque aquí no hay como casita que tú puedes sentarte, pedir un pescado como en Dominicana.
Yeah, we don't have like a little house with a fried fish outside, like that you can eat in there, like right at the beach.
Pero que la
No
playa,
palm trees either. Like sometimes.
es que la playa hay mucho sol y sol nada más cojo yo jugando, no fuera del terreno.
Yeah, it's a lot of sun. I get a lot of sun on the field already.
I understand. Okay, last one for me, and I'll let you go. Miami's beautiful. We love Miami. We also think about bringing a World Series here. Do you ever think about what that moment could potentially feel like, look like, to bring a World Series to Miami in somewhere in the future?
Imagínate cómo ese sentimiento.
What would that mean for you?
¿Qué significaría para ti traer esa serie mundial aquí a Miami? En un futuro cercano.
En un futuro, oye, no tan, ¿sabes? Como pensar y pensarlo ahora sería algo que uno pueda hacer como esa persona que pueda colaborar con el equipo, aportar al equipo para traer algo así, sería, ni palabra tengo, algo bien, ¿sabes? Bien emocionante, algo increíble. Eso.
Yeah, I have no words to actually describe something like that. Being a person that can actually help the team achieve something like that and being there, being present, I think it's going to be something incredible. I have no words for that.
Louis, great job today.
Thank you very
Excellent
much.
job.
Thank you very
Augustine,
much.
thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Stay healthy. Keep killing it. Jack, thanks for being here.
Talk to you in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
technically
Jack.
5 minutes. All right, that was Side Session with Agustín Ramírez. I'm Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Louis Durante. We'll talk to you next week on Side Session.
I promise on this guy, next time I can do it in English.
You did it. You can do it now.
Thank you.